All right, hello, welcome to Module 5. As you'll recall, our larger overarching theme is the human experience. And of course, that's the human experience in the 21st century. So now we go into a new thematic unit, which is entitled Technology in Us. Very cool. So as you can see here from our syllabus, we have our autoethnography due the 27th. Make sure to get that in. Look forward to reading those. And let's get into our paper too, which is called Technology in Us. But to front load all that, we have our module, obviously. Module 5, numero 5. Okay, let's go into it. All right. So to front load all this, we have my main man, Ray Bradbury. So cool. Okay, so read this story. It was written in 1950. You'll see a ton of similarities with today. It was written 70 years ago, and look at this, 1950. You'd be like, as you're reading, you're like, whoa, man, a lot of this reminds me of today. Okay, next. So after you read it, take this little reading quiz. And yep, if you read it, you'll do good. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And all right, so the discussion question. So read, obviously, the story of the Veld, and then as you're doing that, think of a golden quote. A golden quote is like a wow, it's like a aha moment, yeah? So cite a quote from the story that you feel is significant. What is its larger meaning as it relates to the story? Why is it significant? So like respond to it, respond to the quote. Like there's so many very salient moments that are immensely sensorial. They're awesome. Like it's such a cool story. So choose a quote. Remember to also reply to at least one classmate's post. Now, sorry about that. I have this good microphone, the Blue Yeti microphone. It picks up a lot. It's a good one. I recommend it. If you guys are looking for a mic, check out Blue Yeti. Plug. All right. So download this, which is the essay 2. Okay. You're going to like this one. What's this? Microchips. So check it out. One of the more prominent features of science fiction is that it is speculative in nature. This means that it often moves to imagine what a potential future could look like. Ray Bradbury wrote The Veld, which by the way is like a savanna, in 1950. That's 7 decades ago now, as we're in 2020, right? Even though this story was written so long ago, there are numerous things from it that resonate with our modern day and age. Among the story's most accurate predictions is the vision of a society where technology plays an important role. Today, technology is indeed all around us and manifests itself through different shapes and platforms. Hey, how about this? How about education too right now? Things like the internet, computers, smartphones, social networking, TV, the radio, drones, robots, Amazon Go, which by the way is a store. I know it in Seattle. You walk in and with your Amazon account, whatever you walk out with, it just deducts it from there, and that's it. Crazy, huh? Apps, video games, virtual reality headsets, etc. So basically, the guiding question is this: what's the job? What's the role? What's the function of technology in our society? Like, what does it do? Like, what's its job? So you kind of have to think. You're like, okay. Like for me, I personally think it helps us. It helps as a society. If you think it's more harmful, this is an opportunity to explore that. So remember with our thesis worksheet, we have our ID where we talk about the topic, and then we introduce the topic, and then we say something about the topic with claim, and then with direction, we give our reasons for that claim. So, technology is immensely helpful for us. So maybe we could say the role of technology in our society is to make our lives easier. It is an immensely important tool because this, that, and the third. Or like one of the more prominent places where technology helps mankind is through the area of, for me, I would certainly say healthcare and surgeries and things like that. It's a neat thing. Here's some guiding questions to help your thinking. How has tech helped to shape our current society? What does its presence look like in our society? How do you personally use it? How do other people use it? Is it a good thing? How helpful is it really? Is there such a thing as using tech too much? Can one become addicted to the point of not being able to function? I was thinking of like smartphone addiction. I was thinking of like video game addiction. I think about like those shows where like the kid throws a tantrum because like the mom takes away the video game and like he goes ham. He goes no, that's not the right word. He goes haywire, just like destroying things. Okay, what's the effect of it on our health, physical and mental? But again, the question, you just have to answer the central question: what is the role / job / function of technology in our current society? So think about that. Okay. Again, these are just, you don't have to compulsorily answer each and every one of these questions. They're just to help guide your thinking. So this is at least 3.5 pages, double spaced, and here's the points, just like we did with the first essay. Brainstorm, due by the 27th, workshop week of 28th, and it's due October 11th. So as usual, we have student sample essay, so you can check out what an iteration of this paper could potentially look like. Take a look at the student sample essays. I think some of those were under the 3.5 page limit requirement. You know, that was like for a different class, but yeah, make sure to hit that at least 3.5 page minimum requirement. Like, these are just some examples that you can look at. But yeah, make sure to hit the minimum requirement. That's important. Okay, so here's the next part of our module, a brainstorm. It's an important part of pre-writing. So you're going to open this. I'm a fan of T-charts. And the idea is, number one, you can grab a paper and create this T-chart. Or if you want to type it in, I actually recommend using what is called a text box. So if you go to help, go to text box. So how to do a text box? Oh, insert text box. Once you do a text box, boom, you can just type it in directly. Okay, same thing with the other side. So that's one way you could do it. So basically, here's what you have to do with this T-chart. You know, we're thinking about technology and how to answer this question. What's the role? What's the job? What's the function of tech? First of all, you have to determine if you are on the side of it. You know, like, how is it beneficial? Where is it harmful? So for me, like, I was just thinking, okay, it makes life easier, helps to streamline processes, helps with daily planning. I was thinking about like Google Maps and just GPSs, how they help me to get to my destination and know about traffic. And I'm really into the aspect of tech that pertains to organization and scheduling apps and things like that. And then harms, here's an example. I was thinking about like addiction to smartphones, video games. Like I literally saw somebody crossing the street. There was a crosswalk. They were glued to their phone. They didn't look both ways. I was like, oh no, that's not safe. They're just glued to their smartphone. Okay, so you're going to do two things for this brainstorm. Number one, create this T-chart, okay? Where you create this for benefits and harms. I want to show you a little trick. I don't know if you knew this, but how to actually draw. All right, if you want to change the layout, just in case. Landscape. All right. Next thing, it's called draw table. So literally, draw a table. It gives you this pencil. You can go like, I mean, like, if we just want like a T-chart, we could start like that. And then if we want a line, boom, we have our T-chart. If you want to turn off the drawing, just go back there. And if you want to say you want to like move the line, there we go, just go like that. Pretty cool, huh? So you could do it this way. This could be like the benefits. This could be the harms. And yeah, just go ham and think about it. Okay, this is just like off the cuff, like they like to say, off the dome. It's like benefits of tech. You'd be like, okay, let's see. It helps with, you know, in surgery, the very cool tech that they have, like we get like laser eye surgery. So it's like very awesome tech that helps there. I think it helps a lot with prosthetics. I think it helps a lot with, so it's like like helps with entertainment, helps with us doing this, just start thinking about how it's beneficial, then think about how it's more harmful too. And then after you do that, you're going to create a thesis, okay? So you will not get full credit unless you do both the T-chart that says benefits and harms, this is of technology, and the thesis, okay? You need the thesis. That's the second half of this assignment. A thesis is just a claim. A thesis in this case is just you answering the question. What's technology's role / function / job in our current society? So remember, with our thesis worksheet, we talked about ID, so identify the topic, claim, say something about the topic, direction, give your reasons about the topic, so blah, 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 because da, 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 right? So check this out. I introduced the topic. Technology has a ubiquitous presence in our modern day and age. Although it's an undeniably helpful tool, it can bring potential pitfalls. I'm like, okay, it has its like sharp side of the sword. It's like double-edged sword. I guess I could have added that too. Let me read it again. Technology has a ubiquitous presence in our modern day and age. Although it's an undeniably helpful tool, it can bring potential pitfalls if its users are not careful. Some examples of these pitfalls include addiction and overall dependence. Ultimately, though, technology is more beneficial than harmful. That's what I feel. That's my position. And state yours, okay? As a tool, it's a large boon because it helps to make our lives easier. This is primarily true through its help in the areas of surgery and our overall healthcare. Okay, so make your claim. If you're going to say that its role is to help us as a society, then think about an aspect of where you see that more prominent, okay? Where you're going to focus your essay. Like me, like I said, I'm really interested in how it helps with surgery and overall healthcare. So I might think about like the cool tools that surgeons use and machines and lasers and all these neat things. And then I think about also like how they can help with prosthetic limbs and neat things like that, right? There's some cool tech. They do really cool things. So think about that. So yeah, that's it. It's two parts. Number one, make that T-chart, benefits and harms. Number two, create a thesis. If you don't want to type it out and you just want to write it out, then absolutely, you can just write it out, T-chart, and then your thesis. Please have a substantial amount of ideas on your T-chart. Don't just have like two. No, put thought into it. And then your thesis. And then you can just, here's the directions too. They're written out. Then you can just either scan it or take a picture of it and upload it. Yep. That's it. That's the link. You can so type it out or write it out. But you need both things, T-chart and thesis. And last thing we have on our module is the assignment link for the autoethnography final draft, due the 27th. Look forward to reading those. I think that's it. Yep, that's it for this module. Believe so. Yeah, that's it for 5. All right. Have a cool week.